What it do? What it do? The day is concluding. I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to really indulge in a whole lot of content addressing your real issues, but things that I get that I'm told or asked, I write them down, and when I get a chance, I address them. Because I don't ever want to be neglectful. If I start some type of following or movement or consultation type situation, I like to make sure I'm there for anybody who feels I can be of service. So, let's see. I got some papers. This is important. Okay. This is. Okay, yeah, okay. Look. Real quick. I'm not an expert by a long shot. I always say something pertaining to like my workout habits, how I'm so adamant about what it is that I want to do as far as working out and things of that sort. I have it all up here primarily in my head. It's not something I really write down and follow. I do a lot of video searching and stuff like that, and if I see it, I apply it. But I'm going to do just what I saw, to the extreme, to the max. So dieting, I have had some issues with dieting because I always feel like, or always have felt like, if I don't get out what I put in, I'm going to be behind the 8 ball. Shit ain't going to work out when you eating some crazy shit and then you go try to do 10-15 minutes for the entire day. No, you're going to eat more than that, so you got to work out more than that. That makes sense. Of course that makes sense. Now, for anybody who's quote unquote like really hungry, like I'm really hungry, an appetite suppressant is something you do other than eat. That other than eat. Okay? So that you will eat a little later, a little closer to the time that you're going to do something physical that might help ward off and work off whatever it is you eat. Right? Right. Don't sit there and stuff your fucking face with other things that you think are healthy that are going to get you by that you can't have but so much of. You know what I mean? Certain foods you can have a little bit of in small portions, extremely small portions, until your next full meal or your larger meal. And then you do a little more of the indulgence, but that's closer to the time that you're going to be able to work out. I'm sorry. I'm not the right person to ask if you be like, it's okay to eat this? That's all right, right? I eat this until it's time for chicken. No, and no. If you have too much of that, all you've done is add it to probably sugar, because sugar and starch are easily to conglomerate. Because that shit's gonna just pack on and add on. A couple of peanuts. I love peanuts, but I know I can't have so many in between meals because I've just added to the carb intake, just added to the sugar intake, made more work for myself than I'm probably gonna be willing to work off and target those areas. So can't have so much of that. Stay away from that stuff. The nuts and stuff you can have in portion, and and they'll help you out in between meals. Moving on. Got some that's pouring. Okay. All right. This is gonna probably be more directed towards me, but I'm glad somebody else brought it up. I have certain issues when it comes to like, I'm not going to say male issues, because men, women, boys, girls, it doesn't matter. Everybody should be able to get along. But I'm never comfortable with a man feeling the need to be in control or in charge of me. Okay? If these people have hired you to do a job, then do that job. If these people have instructed you to say or tell everyone a certain thing, then you do that. Never act on my behalf. That's going to cause problems. Okay? You don't know what I'm talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. If everybody is supposed to be in charge of a certain thing, okay, well then I'll be in charge of that thing. Tell me what that thing is. I'll make sure it's top notch, up to speed, no problems. I won't give you no hassle. Trust me. But don't be like, well, I went ahead and did that so you wouldn't have to. Bitch, I don't need you to do that for me. I need to be presented with what my responsibilities are, and I need to be able to stand in front of that thing when it's done and say, I can account for all things here. I can account for all things done because I damn did them. Not because someone felt they do a better job and they take the work off me. Work is what I'm getting paid for. Work is what I'm here for. If I don't have to be to work, then I won't fucking come in. Don't have me sitting here and you back there doing my job because I can think of things that I could be doing. Don't do that. If that's my insecurity, fine. But just give me the option. You know what I'm saying? And I had somebody say this to me, these words to me. If you're a man, like I'm a man, you're going to probably feel the same way. And he may have not meant anything by it, but he said it. You got to learn to trust me. No. Walk on water or leave me and my trust issues to me and God. I don't do that. I don't believe in that. I won't say that, and I won't make you say that to me. There's no reason for me to have to trust you. My well-being should never be in your hands, and you should never want to take on that responsibility. You don't know how nitpicky I am about me, so why would I put you in charge of something that delicate, that precious? That's my life. That's me, and everybody who's with me. I would never give you that responsibility, so I would never have to trust you. And don't say no fuck shit like that again. Retarded. Don't say no shit like that. That's stupid. Moving on. Damn paper. I need a file cabinet. Maybe a secretary. Okay. All right. This is gonna be about me too, but I bet you it's about you. Now, when somebody is, I'm gonna say for the more or less serious about wanting you to aid or assist them, you don't know what they're doing, but they feel you could be of assistance to them. More than likely, instead of them having to bark orders at you, you want them to tell you what it is that they want, and then you apply what services you can. If it's something you don't know, then show me how. That way, you know, I'm in sync with what it is that you're trying to get done. Right? Of course it is. And I said something to the effect of this to somebody who was working in my area. And he's like, hey, you know, give me a hand. Yeah, give me a hand, because they're short-staffed. I don't mind, you know, so I'm here. So the statement made was like, yeah, this is something you should probably come to learn to do. I say, well, thing about it is, I'm kind of particular about the things that I learn, because if there's no money in it, I don't fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? My saying more or less is to them, if I don't help you spend the money, don't bother me about helping you make the money. You know what I mean? If I volunteer or I give a hand or lend a hand just to be helpful, that's all that is. That don't mean you come by 3 days a week because you got work to do and then just assume I got 3 extra days of work to do. No, I don't. You do. If I don't help you spend the money, it's not my responsibility to help you make the money. And not to mention the fact that I'm kind of nitpicky about how I learn things. You have to kind of tell me with an authoritative, demeanor, because it has to go like this. This is A, B, C, and D. Okay, well now I know A, B, C, and D is the way it's done. There's no variation, no alternative way, because I'm a well-rounded guy. I've been around. I try to put my own little spin on it, you know what I'm saying? I have a bow on that bitch, and it should be a boat. It'll be a bow and not a boat. So, tell me A, B, C, and D, and I'll stick to the script. You know what I mean? But don't be scared, because the way I come off is like you can't tell me shit, So that's just, I'm sorry, that's just the way I'm built, So I look like that. I look like I can't be told nothing, but I really can, especially if you're senior and you know and I don't, then I'm going to be, all ears. You know what I'm saying? But just don't go by my look as if I'm not paying you no attention, because I'm real adamant about knowing it, because I want the shit to be right. When I do something, it's got to be right. So if you tell me right, that's how it's going to be done. You ain't got to worry about it. It won't be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if you come up to me like talking like a little hoe, you know what I'm saying? Hey, big guy, how about take the hammer and just give her a old whack? Get away from me. Leave me alone. I don't want to do this. I quit. I might just quit, just because you talking to me like a punk, and you know what I'm saying? you're trying to appeal to my heart, and I gave my heart away when I got my gun license. I don't do that anymore. I don't care enough about that anymore. If it ain't got nothing to do with money, I don't care about how you saying it if you ain't saying it with no heart or no respect. I'm a man. Talk to me like a man. We'll get the job done. A couple of things. We got some paperwork done. We got some issues out of the way. We'll get back in with some other stuff a little later on. Once I get these papers together,